Hello, my lovely grade 7 class. Welcome back to StudyWave Academy, where education is without limits. Welcome back to our English class, and let's continue looking at what pronouns are. So far we've already seen the types of pronouns, and we've talked about our first pronouns, and that was the personal pronouns. So we've talked about all that, and then after finishing that, we moved to what we call possessive pronouns. And here I've talked about the singular possessive pronouns, I've talked about the plural possessive pronouns. Now I will look at the explanations and examples for each possessive pronoun, because I want us to well understand this. So I will look at the examples for each possessive pronoun. Okay, so we have mine here. Mine indicates that something belongs to the speaker. The red car is mine. It means that the red car belongs to the speaker but no one else. Okay, we have yours. Yours indicates something belongs to the person or people you are addressing. Is this book yours? It means that it belongs to the people you're talking to or the people you are addressing. Okay, so that is what yours mean. Then the next one we have his. It indicates that something belongs to a male. For example, the bicycle belongs to him. So this is the masculine side. Okay, the bicycle belongs to him. We have hers. Now this indicates that something belongs to a female. It's the opposite of the male. Okay, so the cat is hers. It means that the cat belongs to no one else but her. Okay, then we have it. This indicates that something belongs to an unliving or an animal. Yes, so it can also be used for animals. For example, the dog is eating, it loves this, it loves this. So it can be used for something unliving or even an animal. The tree lost its leaves in fall. Okay, so no other tree lost its leaves but this specific tree we're talking about. Okay, then we have the ones. Now in plural we have ours. Now with the ours, this is the plural form. So those were the singular form I was talking about. Remember, the possessive pronouns for the singular form I've given mine, yours, his, hers, and its. So these are the singular possessive pronouns. Now we're moving to the plural possessive pronouns, where we'll talk about ours. Now for ours, it indicates that something belongs to the speaker and others. For example, this house is ours. It means that the house belongs to all of us. Okay, so we have ours there. We have also yours. It indicates that people or a person, or it indicates that something belongs to a person or people you're addressing. Is this bag yours? So yours can mean that you're talking to someone in specific, or one person, or just a group of people. So don't forget about that. Okay, then we have theirs. Theirs indicates that something belongs to other people. These keys are theirs. It means that the keys belong to other people. Okay, so the keys are theirs, so don't forget about that. So that is all about the possessive pronoun. And just to finish on that, we have to know that possessive pronouns are very, very essential for indicating ownership or possession. Okay, so in sentences and communication, we use these possessive pronouns to show ownership. Okay, so they must be used correctly to help us avoid redundancy and to help us communicate more effectively. We have to use these possessive pronouns well. Don't forget about that. So now I'll move to the next example, and that is the interrogative pronouns. So with the interrogative pronouns, let me just increase my words so that we can see well. Okay, I want us to see well. So there. So now with the interrogative pronouns, these interrogative pronouns are just used to ask questions. Like I said, they just used to gather information about people, things, places, or ideas. They are an important part of English language and are typically found at the beginning of interrogative sentences. So these interrogative pronouns are used to ask questions. So they're found in the beginning of speeches or beginning of interrogative sentences. So the meaning of interrogate is just to ask questions, and interrogative pronouns are just used to ask questions. Okay, so don't forget about that. Now let's dive deep into this. So interrogative pronouns introduce questions and seek information about a particular noun or a noun frame. So we have examples here. We have who, we have whom, we have whose, we have which, and we have what. So all these are used to ask questions. So for example, who is your best friend? Whom did you invite to the party? Whose book is this? Which color do you prefer? What is your favorite movie? So all this you see here are examples of interrogative pronouns, okay? So they just used to prompt question. For example, when talk about, so I will look at each one of them and just explain further on what they mean. So who here, who is used to ask about people. So who is your best friend? Who is your mother? Who did this? Or who read this book, okay? So this one you're asking about people. So who is an interrogative pronoun. Next one we have what we call whom. Now with whom again, it's used to ask about people again, but it is the object form of who. So with who is direct form, so it's the subject. So who is your best friend? This is the subject pronoun, okay? But now the object pronoun of this is whom. So it will come in the second part of the sentence. So you notice that who comes in the beginning. So whom will come at the second part or the last part of the sentence. So for example, whom did you invite to the party? So you find that whom here, it starts the sentence but is the object form or the object opposite of who, okay? So whom invited you to the party, or whom did you invite to the party? So that is all about whom. It's the object form of who. Don't forget about that. Then we have next whose. Whose is used to ask about ownership or possession. So when you want to know who owns something, you will use whose to ask that question. So for example, whose book is this? So you want to know who owns the book or who possesses the book, okay? So whose is used to ask about ownership or ask about possession. So who owns something, or whose book is this? So that is when we use who. Then we have which. Now with which here, which is just used to it is used to make a choice or ask about a choice among a set of things. So for example, which color do you prefer, or which shoes do you like? So there's a variety, but you want to find a specific one that someone wants. So that's when we use which, okay? So which is also an interrogative pronoun. Don't forget about that. Then we have what. When we talk about what, it's used to ask things or ideas. So what is your favorite movie? So let me get rid of this here. Thank you. So when we talk about what is used to ask about things or ideas. So like, what is your favorite movie, or what do you love eating? So it's asking about things or ideas. So that is when we use what. So one thing, or lastly, all we need to know about interrogative pronouns is that they are essential for asking questions and gathering information. Using the appropriate interrogative pronouns in your questions, it can help you communicate effectively and obtain information that you need. So you have to know the right question. That's why I've gone through each and every interrogative pronoun, so that you can be able to know when to use it and even how to use it, okay? So you find that with interrogative pronoun, they're essential for helping us to ask questions when we want to ask about something, or we have to know these interrogative pronouns so that we can use them effectively and correctly. We don't want to just ask any question like, for example, whom went to the bank, or whose name are you? You know, such questions that just don't make sense. So the point or the main idea of this class of learning interrogative pronouns is to be able to help us use them appropriately and ask questions appropriately. So after that, I will move to the next one, or the next type of pronoun, and that is the demonstrative pronouns. Another example, the demonstrative pronouns. So with the demonstrative pronouns, it's very, very easy again here with demonstrative pronouns. So with the demonstrative pronouns, they're just words that are used to point to or identify specific people. So listen again. So with the demonstrative pronouns, they're used to, or these words are used to point to or identify. Sorry about this, I need to charge my laptop, but let's continue this. It's not a big deal. So with possessive pronouns, we want to know specific people, specific places, things, or ideas. So they help to clarify which item or concept you are referring to in a sentence. So demonstrative pronouns replace nouns and indicate their proximity or distance. So we have form of them, or the four main demonstrative pronouns. So all I'm just trying to say here, or in simple terms, demonstrative pronouns are simply used to replace nouns and indicate their proximity or distance. So we want to know how far something is from you, or how far a noun is from you. So we use this demonstrative pronouns, okay? Don't forget about that. So now let's move and look at this. So demonstrative pronouns indicate the proximity or distance of a noun they replace and help specify which one is being referred to. So we want to know how far something is from you, and we want to know the specific thing. So we will use these demonstrative pronouns, okay? So for example, we have this, that, these, those. So with this, I like this book. It means that the book is close to you, it's next to you, but it's the specific book that you're pointing. So it shows the specific book and where it is. This book, okay? So I like this book. That car is expensive. It means that the car is far away from you, or it's not close to you, but you're pointing to it, you're pointing to a specific car. So that car is expensive. These shoes are comfortable. The shoes are all close to you, but it shows that it's comfortable. So there can be 2 shoes or 3, but they're close to you. And you're just being specific that these are the shoes that are comfortable. Those birds are singing loudly. Now this means that the birds are far away from you and they're singing loudly. So you're being specific, those birds. And it's not just one bird, but 2 or 3 or whatever number, okay? Then next we have this. This is used to refer to a singular noun that is near, okay? So we've looked at these examples, the 4 of them: this, that, these, and those. So I told you even how to read that, this, these, okay? So there's a different this, these. So all this, we're going to be looking at them specifically. So with this is used to refer to a singular noun that is near the speaker in terms of the distance. So I like this book. It means the book is close to you and you love that specific book, okay? So the book is near you, okay? Then when we talk about that is used to refer to a singular noun again that is further away from the speaker in terms of distance. That car is expensive. The car is far away from you, but you're being specific. It's that car, but it's expensive, okay? So don't forget about that. Then when you talk about this now is the plural. So notice that this and that are the singular forms of these demonstrative pronouns, and that this shows something that is close to the speaker, while that shows something that is far away from the speaker, but in the singular form. Now let's move to the plural form of these demonstrative pronouns, and we have these. Now this is used to show the plural noun and something that is near the speaker. So again, the opposite of this is these. So these shoes are comfortable. It means that there are a lot of shoes or many shoes around you, but they are all comfortable, okay? So you're pointing at something close to you. Now when you talk about those also show plural form or the plural noun, but something further away from you or further away from the speaker. So for example, when you say those birds are singing, it means that the birds are far away from you, but they are singing, okay? So that shows something that is those shows something that is far away from you, but in plural form, okay? So one thing you need to know about this is that demonstrative pronouns are especially useful for indicating and clarifying which specific thing or ideas you're talking about in a conversation or a text. They are crucial for effective communication. So the demonstrative pronouns just show us how specific we are, so they are more specific. So they will tell us, maybe if we are talking about a person, we're talking about this specific person, this girl, this boy. If you're talking about the class or students, you're talking about these students, okay? So we are being specific here. So don't forget about that. So with demonstrative pronouns, they are very, very special and very, very important and useful for us to know, because they give more clarity by telling us the specific thing and where that specific thing is. So when I'm talking about my bag, I mean that my bag is next to me. So this is my bag, okay? So I'm being specific. It's this specific bag that is mine. So that is all about this demonstrative pronouns. So just know they're used to show how far something is from the speaker, the proximity of something, or the distance. So proximity is just the distance, and we have 4 main types here. Like I said, we have this, that, these, and those. So those are the types of the demonstrative pronouns that we have.